Yo, what's up, fam? We back at the end of the week, and we're gonna go ahead and do an update on my portfolio for this Road to 100K challenge. So, this is how our portfolio is looking right now. Now, as everyone knows, like last week was the inauguration, or this week was the inauguration. So that did have a big toll on the market. Like this week, everything's sort of getting like readjusted and getting back to normal before everything can go ahead and take off. And so, what I'm gonna go ahead and do for this next week is sort of consolidate my portfolio in ways that are similar to what Chris Sane has offered us, as well as doing a little bit more research to match some sort of stocks with the agenda that President Biden has put out. So, like, if you do know, like, President Biden has been talking a lot about like climate change, uh, alterations to the effects of racism, reviving the community, and reviving the economy, and curbing the pandemic. And so the ways that he wants to do it is like promoting environmentally friendly companies. He wants to like have like other technological advancements. That's why companies such as like Tesla, Neo, like fuel cells, stuff like that have been doing so well lately is because they're getting promoted. Like 2021 is all about like innovation. They want to curb like the effects of the pandemic, and they want to make sure that everything is sort of like on a smooth scale to innovate for the better, right? And by him changing the effects of racism, that means that a lot of minority owned businesses, like small scale businesses, will start getting like relief funded and stuff like that, like more support so that those businesses can prosper as well. So I don't know if you guys looked up recently, but um, if you saw, Jay-Z is actually investing like millions of dollars into minority owned marijuana companies. And so that's a sector that a lot of people don't really think of, but that sector is going to go ahead and start taking off soon. And so that's something I have planned for like this next week coming up. In terms of reviving the economy, that's like the second stimulus check is about to hit. Most people are going to start getting like $1,400. Now, what I plan to do with my stimulus check and the tax refund, because I feel like they're going to come out within like the same month, the same range, hopefully. I want to use my stimulus check to increase my dividends. So, like, I have a whole playlist here of dividend stocks that I want to get into. So, B&G Foods is one that I really like. AT&T is always going to be AT&T. That's another one I want. I also want AGNC, Main Street Capital, PY. They're just like other dividend plays where that you have shares in them, and those dividend plays can like make you money. And so, for those of you who don't know what dividend plays are, they're basically stocks that are worth. They're not growth stocks. Like AT&T is always going to be in this range. For example, like the $25 to $30 range. It's always going to be there, at least for the long haul. And but the thing that makes that play so significant is its dividend yield. That's 7.21%. Basically, what that is per share what you have, per the amount that you have, like how many shares you have, it gives you a percent back just for investing in that company. And so you want to have like stocks like this in your portfolio because they make you money just by having peace in them. So when I get that, that 1400 or whatever we get, that whole chunk is going to be focused on getting my dividends up, because right now I've got like zero dividend plays, and that's because I've been working a lot with growth stocks instead of value stocks. But eventually, once my capital starts building and building and building, I want to be able to get those value stocks as well, because those are going to help me get to 100K. Currently, this is my portfolio. We've got an option call for Ali Financial. If you watched Chris Sane's last video, you saw that he put this out. It's a very like safe one. I did the calculations for like risk return and the profit return for if it whatever range it falls into. And so this call is set for, I think it's set for February 19th. February 19th, right here. And it cost me about $237 per contract, and I bought 2 contracts. So that's the most expensive contract I've ever put in, or option I ever put in. I've never spent more than $200 on options before, so this is new for me, but it's pretty safe because basically this call is like, it's a $40 call. And so right now this company's sitting at $40.61 a share. Basically, for my break-even price is at $42.36. Basically, if I want to make a solid amount of profit off of these two option calls or option contracts, I want it to go from $40.61 up to at least my break-even price at $42.36. Now, if it does that, then I should be making pretty solid profit, and it has a month to do that, pretty close to a month. Next, I have fuel cell. If you don't know, like, I had fuel cell. I had like maybe over 20 shares. I can't remember, but I sold it all once it reached its point because I was tracking that fuel cell was only like a $20 stock. But based on like this agenda from like President Biden and stuff, companies like fuel cell are going to start rocketing off, and this could be like a $25 to $30 stock. So right now I'm building my position back in it. I got back in it last week. I bought like 10 shares, and I'm going to be spending the chunk of what I put in next week into reviving my fuel cell. Golden Nugget takes you through a ride. Like, I know this play is going to go up, especially because the Super Bowl is coming up and stuff as well. But this one will take you through a ride. It'll be up, down, up, down, up, down. It's fine. We're just going to be patient. We're just going to keep rocking with it. But, like, Jesus. Okay, Golden Nugget. Tattoo Chef, one of my best friends put it this way. Tattoo Chef is a drama queen. Tattoo Chef I bought in at it at $26.08. Tattoo Chef is supposed to take off eventually. We're going to wait on it. I have enough shares in it, and I'm actually bought in at it like at $26.50, but I kept buying more shares to bring my average down, and it's been sitting in this range. So although it's doing good for the day, or my last trading day, my total return is still minus 40, but that's fine. And we have FT. This is just a penny stock that Chris Sane told us about. One of like a few that he gave out in his last video or whatever. And I bought in at it in the $5 range, around $5.84 a share. And this is the most shares I've ever had in the company. So I'm at 70.19 shares for this. The second that this one takes off, I'm giving it a couple of weeks. The second that this penny stock takes off, personally, I'm not a financial tech guy. Like, this is like I'm pretty sure this is an e-commerce company who deals with it's an e-commerce company and financial tech company. Personally, that's not really my forte, like where my research goes into. So like, I'm holding it because it was like at a good price when I got it, and it should like go well. Like, even if it hits like its month highs of like 762 or 796, like within the next month or so, then I'll be fine. Like, I would have made like a lot of profits. So let's say like it's at 551 right now, right? If it goes up to 796, like that's over $2 of profit per share, almost $2.50 profit per share, and that brings you up to a plus $140. And if this place starts doing really, really good, then I might sell 50 shares, keep 20 shares just to have the shares, take the money and put it somewhere else. But right now, yeah, I don't have any options that I'm going into yet. Right now, I'm probably, because I've been gambling with these options. But this alley call, I think it's a really good one. You might be able to catch it at a cheaper price than I bought it at. I think I bought my current price is at $215, but I bought it at $237 a contract. Or my call price was at $237. And so, like, if this is a play that you're interested in and you want to make some decent money and you're willing to, give it a try, like maybe try putting it in on Monday, because I think that it'll be a lot cheaper you're getting it now than versus when I got it. Plans for this week: reviving my fuel cell position. I'm probably going to leave Golden Nugget alone at 20 shares. Next week I actually have a decent amount of bills to pay, so I probably won't put in 500 next week, but that's okay because I put, I think, 200 in this week. So I might just do 200 next week. We'll see. And whatever comes after that, we'll see how I do with this position or whatever. I'm not really watching AliExpress because the expiration date for this contract is like a month out, and I doubt it's gonna shoot to over $42 by Monday, but we'll see. And let's see, any other plays that I wanted to go through. There's a few interesting plays that you guys can consider looking at. Earlier when I talked about the marijuana industry. That's another play I'm getting into off of the side, away from the road to 100K. It's just something that I think is very interesting, and I do support this industry, and I want to see it prosper. It's this cannabis ETF that one of my best friends put me on. It's called THCX. Right now it's at 17.50 a share, and it's doing decent. Like, of course, its highs are pretty high, and it's doing decent right now. So I'm going to start getting into shares of that because I do see the cannabis industry taking off. And then we have a few easy money plays, which I'm considering getting into next week. We have CRIS. We have Clean Energy Fuel, which I love this. I'm definitely going to get into this play eventually. When it dips, I'll probably buy into it. I'm all about clean energy. I'm all about the environment. I'm all about innovation, sustainability. I'm all about stuff like that. I was actually in BNGO, but at the time it was just a penny stock. But since it's doing so well right now, it might end up being a solid position for the road to 100K. At least that's what Chris Sands says. And Nano Dimension, actually one of my other friends put me on this. So we're going to be looking at this. We'll look at see if getting it. So next week we'll probably do Clean Energy Fuel. If it dips, I'll buy in like immediately. How immediate I buy into these are also affected by how quick a return I get on this penny stock, because I don't see myself holding this for that long. But everything else I see I'm holding for a decent amount. Tattoo Shed, I'm holding it for a minute. Golden Nugget, hold it for a minute. Fuel Cell is probably my favorite stock I've got in my portfolio right now. And of course I'm holding this at least for the next 2 weeks. Alley Financial. And yeah, that's pretty much it.